こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we're studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask at any time. I'm going to continue with immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
にしてたかな。今週も元気いっぱいお腹いっぱい僕と私のケロちゃんにお任せの時間がやってきたで。今日も早速行ってみようか。さあ、いよいよバトルコスチュームも7。
いよいよバトルコスチュームもいよいよmore and more, all the more increasingly, EO. One EO word? Wait, yeah. More and more increasingly, extremely. Let's see, archaic, CEO. Let's see. What is the origin of EO, and how does it relate to EO? EO originates as the reduplication of the archaic verb EO, which meant more and more increasingly. In relationship with EO, it's etymological. The archaic EO is considered a shift or variation of EO, which also carried the meaning of more and more or increasingly. Both EO and EO themselves are derived from the prefix E and the adverb ya, which similarly meant more and more or increasingly. Thus, the modern verb EO traces its roots back through EO to EI and through the base verb ya. So EO is considered a adverb or fukushi. So sa iyo battle costume mo. So well, battle costumes are increasingly
今日も早速行ってみようか。さあ、いよいよバトルコスチュームも7着目に突入してきたで。がやってきたで。今日も早速行ってみようか。さあ、いよいよバトルコスチュームも7着目に突入してきたで。今日も早速行ってみようか。さあ、いよいよバトルコスチュームも7着目に突入してきた。
Okay, so continuing this, it's Nana Nana Chakumoku. Oh, that's right. The other alternate way of saying the I kanji, which this is moku. Chakumoku ni. So, attention. Giving one's attention. Pseudo verb noun. So, meishi. Intransitive verb. So, arrive or where. So, this is that kanji for to where. Let's see. Kiru. Okay, to where from the shoulders down. Okay, so giving one's attention or focus. So paying attention and then I guess wearing attention. I don't know. Let's see. Totsun Totsunyu shite kita de. So Totsunyu. Okay. Meishi or noun. Pseudo verb intransitive. Rushing into, breaking into, storming, plunging into. Let's see. Nanachaku moku ni. So step towards the seventh, give attention to. Yeah, this would be the seventh costume, I guess. Not really the seventh one they gave attention to. Let's see. Totsun Yu. Plunging into this second seventh. Let's see what the translator says. Okay, we finally reached the seventh battle costume. Oh, konnichiwa, maximum midnight, genki desu ka? How are you doing? So, chakumoku. Let's see. If we think of this like an adverb, let's see. So, attentionally or focusingly. To do an. Oh, I guess it could be like plunging into a topic. So, totsunyu shite. So this. So in. So increasingly, the battle costumes the seventh plunged into, or okay, these. Oh, maybe think of it with. So plunging into the seventh one with attention. The translation said, well, we finally reached the seventh battle costume. Hmm. Explain the grammar of okay, sa interjection. Okay, iyo adverb. Battle costume mo. Even the battle costume too. I think also might be how this is used though. Let's see. Nana chakume ni into the seventh outfit. I thought this was supposed to be attention. Let's see. Totsun yushite kita have come into Russian into. De sentence any particle for this dialect. But the particle mode usually means also too, but here it implies even the battle costumes have reached this point or suggests surprise or emphasis on the number of progression. So, iyo, the adverb meaning finally, at last, or increase. Oh! Okay, this is supposed to mean more like at last. Okay. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, at last. So well, at last. So, sa iyo. Okay, that makes more sense. Let's see. Chaku is the counter for clothing. Me makes it ordinal. So, oh, these are two separate words in the dictionary. Thought they were, but it just so happened to form another word. These kanji. So, okay, so so this is just the counter for clothing, and then the ordinal for saying that it's the seventh of something. Yeah, I guess, and the ordinal's purpose would be to say we're not talking about seven clothes. We're talking about this is the seventh one of clothing. So, nana chakumoku. See, so 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 it has come to rush into the seventh close of the battle costume. Let's see. See, the particle mode usually means also too, but it here implies even the battle costume has reached this point. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So, sa, iyo, battle costume, mo. Let's see, mo, nanachaku moku ni totsunyu shite kita de.
さあ、いよいよバトルポ
Or, so, well, at last, we've made it all the way up to we've plunged. It's time. The time has come to plunge into all the way up to the seventh battle costume.
コスチュームも7着目に突入してきたで。みんなちゃんと覚えとるか？さあ、いよいよバトルコスチュームも7着目に突入してきたで。みんなちゃんと覚えとるか？いよいよバトルコスチュームも7着目に突入してきたで。みんなちゃんと
みんなちゃんと、見えとるか Let's see. So is everyone been properly? Let's see.
いよいよバトルコスチュームも7着目に突入してきたで。みんなちゃんと覚えとるか？
覚えて、yeah.
さあ、いよいよバトルコスチュームも7着目に突入してきたで。みんなちゃんと
So, yes, みんなちゃんと覚えとるか? Wait, okay, this should be short for a contraction of obote, which comes from oboeru, obote, oku. No, I mean not oku, but oru. So in other words, this is the concept and way of doing the continuous form contracted down. So in other words, has everyone properly memorized them all? The battle costumes? Of course. Let's see, Mina chanto oboe toru ka?
も早速行ってみようか。さあ、いよいよバトルコスチュームも7着目に突入してきたで。みんなちゃんと覚えとるか？今回のバトルコスチュームちゃんと覚えとるか？今回のバトル
Konkai no battle costume. So, this time's battle costume. Konkai no battle costume.
に突入してきたで。みんなちゃんと覚えとるか？今回のバトルコスチュームエプロン姿に尻尾や鈴やらがついとってなかなかエプロン姿に尻尾
Let's see. A apron, apron sugata form. So with an apron form and then sheeple. Let's see, tail of an animal, tail end. Okay, sheeple. See, comes kanji used in buttocks, hips, butt, rear, and tail. End counter for fish. Lower slope of mountain. So, sheeple. Sheeple ya suzu yara. So, bell. So with an apron form, let's see, animal tail and bell and other things. Sui tote. Okay, this is from suite. Suite ote, or which gets contracted to sui tote. So attached to it, or basically it has an apron form with a animal tail and a bell and other things. Yeah, this yada is sort of like pluralizing the and ya here and saying other things. And notice they use ya and not to. To is the exclusive, or when you use that, you're saying it has that and only that. Ya is the I mean, to is the exclusive and, yeah, ya is the non-exclusive and, saying it has that and that, but it can also have other stuff as well. So, apron sugata ni shippo, okay, apron sugata ni shippo ya suzu yara ga sui totte. And notice they end with a te ending, which means this is going to connect into something else. Oh, actually, I just noticed something. I think they're trying to imply that these things he's describing is simply attached to the apron form itself, and not just talking about the outfit as a whole. See, it's an apron outfit with a tail and bell attached. Yeah, it's implying it's attached to the apron part itself. Hence, they're referring to this bell when they said bell, essentially not the bell up top.
ちゃんと覚えとるか？今回のバトルコスチューム、エプロン姿に尻尾や鈴やらがついとってなかなか可愛らしいやろ？
なかなか可愛らしいやろ。Nakanaka, considerably, okay, kawaii, rashi, sweet, lovely, pretty, cute. See, what is the difference between kawaii, rashi, and kawaii? The kawaii and kawaii rashi are almost the same. However, we often say kawaii rashi when we see a thing which is cute and palace, for example, cat, baby, or little girl. Or things, okay. Kawaii means cute, including kawaii rashi. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, actually, no, I think the person said he gave the wrong definition. Okay, I wanted to say, wanted to protect them when I see them instead of palace. So he's basically saying that cuteness in the, like, wanting to protect it way, kawaii rashi. Okay, moreover, I wanted to protect them when I see them never has a bad meaning in Japan. Okay, furthermore, it is sometimes that kawaii rashi means I want to protect them when I see them. So you aren't necessarily thought I want to protect them when I see them by these people. Wait, wait. Furthermore, it's sometimes that kawaii-rashi means I want to protect them when I see them. So you aren't necessarily thought I want to protect them when I see them by these people. Okay, I think there's some translation errors in that dictionary definition. Okay, another definition someone's saying is kawaii-rashi means like cute and charming. Okay. Kawaii is a direct subjective expression of strong personal affection or love or immediate emotional reaction to something cute. It focuses on the speaker's internal feelings and can apply to specific traits, actions, or general appearance, often conveying the desire to cherish and protect the subject. Kawaii rashi is a more objective, polite, and elegant term that describes the overall impression of loveliness or charm. Derived from adding rashi, seeming like, to kawaii, it carries a slight emotional distance and is typically used to describe someone's demeanor, personality, or general atmosphere rather than just their appearance. See, kawaii is subjective. I think this is cute. While kawaii rashi is objective, this appears cute to everyone. It's emotion. Kawaii implies strong, direct emotional love. Kawaii rashi implies a reserved, appreciative observation of charm. See, kawaii is used for immediate reactions like e.g. look, a baby penguin, whereas kawaii rashi is used for broader descriptions of character or style. Uh, her charming smile. Let's see. Note that the grammar kawaii-ku is the adverbial form of kawaii, while kawaii-rashi-ku is the adverbial form of kawaii-rashi. Oh, there's also kawaii so, as if we didn't need anything else to confuse this. See, kawaii is a very subjective word, so even if everyone else thinks a subject is ugly, you can still say kawaii if you love him, her, or it. Okay, for this reason, the following sentence can be interpreted in two ways. Okay. Sueko ga ichiban kawaii. The youngest child is the cutest. Okay. Objective way or the subjective way. The youngest child is the most lovable. AKA, I love my youngest the most. Let's see, if you want to distinguish these two meanings, the best way to do that is to use kawaii rashi. To describe the objective cuteness. So, sueko ga ichiban kawaii rashi. See, kawaii rashi is a separate adjective meaning cute, but it does not imply the speaker's love to the subject as kawaii does. Now, if you add the hearsay auxiliary soda or sodes to the above sentence, it becomes sueko ga ichiban kawaii soda. Okay, and this is adding soda to the sentence itself, not to the word, for clarification. So I hear the youngest child is the most lovable. I hear people love the youngest child the most, so I'm not sure about that. Okay. Then taking one of these I's or E's out of the sentence, B changes the meaning completely. Kawaii so. This is when you add the so to the word itself. Is a, let's see, not adjective, which describes the speaker's sorriness for the subject. Let's see, oh, that's right, because kawaii so is a different word meaning like pitiful, sorry for. That's right, yeah. Sueko ga ichiban kawaii so. I feel the sorriest for the youngest. Kawaii so can also be used like kawaii so na hanashi o kiite naite shimatta. The sad story made me cry. Let's see. Now let's go back to this sentence about. Okay, and let's see. If we bring a third person into the sentence, the love factor gets clearer. Let's add my sister Ane to the sentence. Okay. Ane wa sueko ga ichiban kawaii so da. This is the so on the sentence. I hear my sister loves her youngest child the most. Now in Japanese, if you're talking about it is clear to everybody, it's possible to omit person. Okay, wow. Okay, so you can say ane wa from the sentence Dean makes another sentence. So sueko ga ichiban kawaii-rashi. It seems like somebody implied loves the youngest child the most. Okay. Wait, didn't they just say kawaii-rashi? Oh, that's right. Oh, this is the rashi on the sentence, not rashi on the word. The hearsay rashi. Okay, versus sueko ga ichiban kawaii rashi. This is the rashi on the word. The youngest child is the cutest to everyone. Okay, so yes, there is a difference between DNA and just a letter E. So having one E or two E's make us a rather large difference in meaning when used with so and rashi. Kawaii rashi tends to be used when you talk about what everyone would see as cute versus kawaii is just your own personal opinion, I guess. Oh, konnichiwa, kaoru commotion genki desu ka? Let's see. Kaoru commotion wa watashi no namae wa omeri tsuken desu. Tsuken desu. Moichido ite kuremasu ka? Toimashita. I'm not sure when you said that message, so I'm not sure what you want me to say again. Oh, konnichiwa, fishes, genki desu ka? How you doing? Yes, I am trying to learn Japanese. Shitsumon ga areba, watashi ni kiite kudasai. If you have any questions, then just ask. Okay, so nakanaka kawairashii yaro. So it's considerably cute. So then this full sentence would be, let's see, Apron sugata ni shippo ya sugi yara ga sui totte, yeah. So apron sugata ni shippo ya suzu yara ga sui totte nakanaka kawairashii yaro. Okay. With this with this apron form has a tail and a bell attached to it. It's considerably cute, isn't it?
のバトルコスチューム、エプロン姿に尻尾や鈴やらがついとってなかなか可愛らしいやろ。せやけどな、実はこのコスチューム絶縁ゴムでできとるんやで。
せや、せやけど、じ、I think he said Jitsu. Let's see.
やろ。せやけどな、実はこのコスチューム絶縁ゴムでできとるんやで。
せやけどな、実はこのコスチューム全然ゴムゴムでできとるんやで。So, yeah, Jitsu, yes, and then, oh, Zetsuen, okay, Zetsuen, breaking off, severing one's connection, insulation, okay, yeah, it's definitely the second meaning, Zetsuen, so, gomu, or basically gum, aka what's rubber is made out of, Zetsuen, gomu, so insulating rubber, and then, let's see, Jitsu, as a, let's see, reality, what was, what? もう一度私になんて言わせたかったの? Well, what did you want me to say again? Interesting how that's constructed. Let's see. Watashi ni the source nante said thing, I guess, and then so as for thing, no, nante, I guess as for thing, and then iwa set takata, which comes from iwa set tai, which is want to cause to say, but it's past tense. Okay. So continuing this, stay kedo jitsu wa kono costume Zetsuen uh Zetsuen gomu de deki deki toru yande. So in other words, okay, so from, let's see, Seiya, that should be the same as soda. Let's see, that's right, that is so, oh right, oh okay, so, oh I see, oh, so, oh right, or that's right, oh, so Seiya, so okay, so it's not from soda. Oh right, Kedo, but uh okay, so reality, in reality, this costumes is is oh let's see, is is able to be made come up from insulating rubber. But let's see. But here's the thing. Okay, and the translation says, but here's the thing, this costume is actually made from insulating rubber. Which is sort of the same as oh right, but in reality, okay, this costume is made from was able to be made from insulating rubber, or in other words, made from insulating rubber. So say uh why is there na there though? That's kind of strange how na is placed there. Eya kedo, standard Japanese. So desu kedo. Okay, so it is equivalent to so desu, okay. That's so in other words that's from that but, or in other words, that's said, I guess. Deki toru, standard Japanese deki te iru, okay. Toru, Kansai dialect contraction of iru, okay. Yare. Standard Japanese is no desyo. Hige, particle indicating the material used to make something. Dekiru, to be made, to be created. So to be able to do, to be possible, to be good at, to be proficient, to be made, to be built. Okay, so say a kid. Okay, that's right. I was gonna ask why na was in there. Well, let's see. Why is na after say a kedo? In the phrase say a kedo na, the na is the sense-extending particle specific to the concept dialect that functions as a confirmation marker or softener. In standard Japanese, the particle ne is used to seek agreement, confirm shared understanding, sovereign statement. The concept dialect na replaces ne for this purpose. Oh, does he actually have a pause there like it's two sentences?
のバトルコスチューム、エプロン姿にシップや鈴やらがついとってなかなか可愛らしいやろ。せやけどな、実はこのコスチューム
Yes, okay, that is two sentences, okay. That's just the sentence ending particle. So say a kedo na. So let me. See, say a kedo na, but you know what? That said, but okay. Okay, but you know what? Okay, that makes sense. Actually, this costume is made from insulated rubber. So, seiya kedo na, jitsu wa kono kostyumu, Zetsuen, okay, installation, okay. Zetsuen gomu de, okay. So, seiya kedo na, jitsu wa kono kostyumu, Zetsuen gomu de deki torun yare.
しいやろ。せやけどな、実はこのコスチューム絶縁ゴムでできとるんやで。友よもさくらが戦う精霊に合わせた素材をチョイやで。友よも
Tomoyo mo Sakura ga
さくらが戦う精
tatakau, okay, tatakau
霊に合わせた素とるんやで。友よもさくらが戦う精霊に合わせしいやろ。 せやけどな、実はこのコスチューム絶縁ゴムでできとるんやで。友よもさくらが戦う精霊に
合わせた。なんか、友よもさくら、さくらが戦う精霊に、spirit, let's see. Spirit, soul, ghost. Let's see. Refine, ghost, fairy, energy, excellence, purity, skill, spirit, soul. Okay, so let's see. As for Tomoyo as well, Sakura's fighting spirit. Okay, so I guess this whole phrase gets used to describe spirit, maybe, or Sakura's fighting spirit. What kind of spirit? It's Sakura's fighting spirit. Let's see. Awaseta. So that comes from the ao to match. No, this is the ao to meet. Okay. No, the other ao is the ao to meet. So then what? Awaseru. So awaseru is to cause to meet. And then this is past tense. Awaseta. Cause to meet. Did cause to meet. And sozai. Ingredient, raw material, resources, unprocessed timber, raw timber. So sozai, raw material. So, hmm. Oh, Tomoyo also chose materials that match the spirits Sakura fights against. Okay, did not see that meaning. Wait, so Tomoyo, okay, Sakura ga Tataku. It's, oh, I see. Let's see, cause to match material. So what type of material? It's a cause to match material. Let's see if it says it as 2 sentences.
コスチューム絶縁ゴムでできとるんやで。友よもさくらが戦う精霊に合わせた素材をチョイスしとるんやろか。やで。友よもさくらが戦う精霊に合わせた素材をチョイスしとるんやろか。コスチューム絶縁ゴムでできとるんやで。友よもさくらが戦う精霊に合わせた素材をチョイス
チョイスしとるんやろうか。Okay, this is choice, and then shitoru, which comes from shiteoru, so continuous of suru. So it's continuously choosing, I guess. Then yaro, or basically, don't you think? I guess. Seems like. Oh, that's right. They said delusional is if you don't feel entirely sure about something, not necessarily seeking confirmation. So it's like it seems like she's picking these materials for that. Okay. So see, the translator says, oh, that's right. You can also use Yaro for I wonder. I wonder if Tomoe chose materials that match the spirit Sakura is fighting against. That's what the translator says. So okay. Sakura ga. This part doesn't make sense though. Usually when you have a noun right here, it has to, or either the whole clause has to load into this noun. Okay, so yeah, usually it's either this whole a whole phrase has to go into the noun or just the noun before it. Let's see, what would the translator just take this part right here? Sakura ga tatakao. The spirit Sakura is fighting. Sakura ga tatakao seirei. Oh, okay, I see now. Yeah, okay, this is the clause describing this noun. What type of spirit are we talking about? We're talking about the spirit that Sakura is fighting, Tatakao. So, Sakura ga Tatakao Seirei is the spirit that Sakura is fighting. Okay. So, Tomoyo mo Sakura ga Tatakao Seirei ni. See, Awaseta, Sozai. So, in other words, this is, we're talking about matching the material. Okay. So this is the target, the spirit that Sakura is fighting, and this is the other little not subject, but the object, the matched material. Sozai. So our set sozai or cause the match material. So what type of material? The cause to match material. And what are we doing? Uh, we're choosing. So choosing the cause to match material to the target of the spirit Sakura's fighting. So continuously choosing that, and then Yado, I wonder. So I wonder if Tomoyo-chan is. Oh, as you'd say in English, I wonder if Tomoyo-chan is choosing the material to match the spirit Sakura's fighting, or more literally, as for Tomoyo-chan, the with the spirit Sakura's fighting, with the matched material, okay, is being chosen. The cause to match material is being chosen. I wonder. Sozai. And they're using Shitoru from how I understand it because it's wondering if it's if she just keeps on matching it. It's continuous thing keeps on happening. It's the current state of things. The material is constantly being chosen to match whoever Sakura's fighting. So TomoyaもSakuraが戦う精霊に合わせた素材をチョイスしとるんやろうか。
このコスチューム絶縁ゴムでできとるんやで。友よもさくらが戦う精霊に合わせた素材をチョイスしとるんやろか。いけいけケロちゃんチェ
いけいけキロちゃんチェック。Oh, go go Kira-chan check. I believe that's how that should be interpreted. Ike. Let's see, a go-go mood, high energy, high spirits. Okay. Essentially the same reason you'd say go-go in English. So Ike. Okay, Ike Kiro-chan check. So go-go Kiro-chan check.
さくらが戦う精霊に合わせた素材をチョイスしとるんやろか。いけいけケロちゃんチェック。腰のおっきなリボンしとるんやろか。いけいけケロちゃんチェック。腰の
腰のlet's see, おっきなリボン。Koshi, that sounds familiar. Oh, Koshi. Oh, no, not Okoshi. Koshi. Lower back, waist, hips, lumbar. I think in this case it's meaning lower back. Let's see, Koshi. Yeah, notice how it has the moon kanji in it. That comes from the fact that body part words used to have the meat kanji in it, but writing a compressed meat kanji looks very, very close to a compressed moon kanji, so they just started using the moon kanji instead. Here's the meat kanji. Now, if you have to squeeze this really tightly, you'll notice that the space between these might go away, and hence you have the continuous bars of the moon kanji. The koshi no okina ribbon. Oh, ribbon. Okina. Oh, I think that's supposed to be like oki. Oki. But instead of saying oki, oh, no, actually, no, it's supposed to be okina. 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 Big lords, that basically the pre-noun or the Rentaishi adjectival. So, but I guess for an emphatic reason, she said Okina instead of Okina. And double checking. Okina. This is the casual colloquial form of Oki, meaning big, large. Wait, isn't this from Okina? Isn't Okina from Okina? Okay. You're correct. It is Okina. Okay. So big ribbon around her waist or big ribbon on her back, I guess. Either one. She is Koshi in this context supposed to be waist or lower back. Let's see, in the context, Koshi no Oki na Ribbon, Koshi refers to the waist or hips, not lower back, while the Japanese word Koshi broadly covers the area from waist to lower back and hips. Its specific meaning depends on usage. Fashion clothing context. When describing accessories like ribbons or belts or sashes, Koshi indicates waistline or hip area where the item is tied or worn. A ribbon described this way is visually placed around the torso narrow part or on the hips. Common in dresses, kimonos, and uniforms. Anatomical pain context. If someone says koshigai tai, it typically refers to lower back, lumbar region, and therefore for a ribbon you should visualize it at the waist or hips. The koshi no okina ribbon, so a large ribbon around the waist, a large ribbon around the waist.
いけいけケロちゃんチェック。腰のおっきなリボン、ちなみにこれも電気を通さへんねやで。チェック。腰のおっきなリボン、ちなみにこれも電
ちなみに、これも
気を通さへんね。 腰の大きなリボン。ちなみにこれも電気を
電気。Oh. 電気。
通さへんねやで。腰の大きなリボン。ちなみにこれも電気を通さへんねや。
通す。
いいけど、ワイの耳のさくらが戦う精霊に合わせた素材をチョイスしとるんやろか。いけいけケロちゃんチェック。腰の大き
ちなみ、by the way, in this connection, incidentally, in passing,
なリボン。
let's see, this by itself makes association link Chinami, and Chinamu makes maybe Chinamiru. No. Here we go, Chinamu. To be associated with. So, Chinami would be the noun form or the association. And then with association, or in other words, by the way, in this connection or incidentally, it's just essentially when you want to talk about how something's connected, Chinami ni kore mo denki. Well, that's right, electricity, denki. So electricity, spirit, mind, air. Okay, denki. So this also, let's see, electricity, then tosahen, tosu, to let pass, transitive, to allow through. So tosahen is concept and way, hence the concept and way of saying nai. So tosahen is not pass, so electricity is not pass. So this also doesn't let electricity, by the way, this also does not let electricity pass. So chinami ni kore mo denki o tosahen ne yare. Why is ne here? Explain the grammar of ne yade, a dialectal emphatic ending combining the confirmation ne and explanation assertion yade. I thought ya was a copula, and so ne would have to be after it, though. Equivalent to no desio. Combine the full sentence is a casual way to add related observations. By the way, this one doesn't conduct electricity either. Why is ne used before ya if ya is the copula? Okay, in context-allic phrase ne ya de, particle ne is not functioning as a standalone sentence ending particle as it often does in standard Japanese. Instead, it is part of a specific grammatical construction derived from noda. Here is the breakdown of why ne appears before the copula ya. Sentencing in ne ya de is the kansai equivalent to the standard Japanese explanatory no desyo or no dayo. Standard Japanese to sanai no dayo. It appears that it doesn't contain to the Kansai dialect. Tosahan. Okay. Tosahin ne yade. Okay. The construction. Okay. No became n, which became ne. In this specific explanatory grammar pattern, the normalizer no contracts to n in both the standard and Kansai Japanese. In Kansai dialect, when this n is followed by the copula ya, it frequently shifts to ne. Oh yeah, you are correct that ya is the Kansai copula. Okay, in this structure, it acts as a verb to be. Okay. Is there a difference in meaning between ya and ne ya? In Kansai dialect, there was no significant difference in meaning between nya and neya. Both function as dialectal equivalents of the standard explanatory form nda or noda. Both forms derive from the normalizer no, okay. In many Kansai subdialects, particularly Osaka, when the contracted n is followed by the copula ya, it frequently undergoes a vowel shift to ne. Nya, closer to the original contraction, sounds slightly firmer and more blunt. Neya, the voice shift variant, often perceived as slightly softer or more emphatic in its explanatory tone, but functionally identical. This is the same mechanism that creates nen from the particle no or standalone explanatory ending, just as and nen are often interchangeable depending on rhythm or speaker's preference. Nya and neya are variants of the same grammatical structure. Wait, so nen ninya nya and neya are used the same way. No, ninya and nya and neya are not used exactly the same way. Although they are closely related and often interchangeable in casual speech, differences lie in their grammatical structure, emphasis, and regional nuance. Inya and neya, as established, they are functionally equivalent. Okay, nda. Okay, ninya though, this form is distinct because it combines the emphatic particle nin with the copula y. Yeah. Okay, so nin plus ya. Okay, origin nin itself is a contraction of no ya. Or nya. Usage nuance, stronger emotion. Ninya often carries a stronger emotional charge, surprise, or suddenness than nin or nya. It is frequently used in Tsukomi, straight man lines in comedy. Not Nande Yanin. Nande Yanin ya. Rhetorical flow is sometimes used to lead into another clause to end a sentence with a very definitive, almost exclamatory tone. Redundancy. Grammatically, it is somewhat redundant since nin already contains the explanatory force, making it more colloquial and expressive than standard explanatory forms. Is nin the same as neya? Okay, no, nin is not the same as neya. Neya. Nin is a standalone sentence ending particle. It is contracted and evolved form of noya. Yeah, it functions as a complete explanatory marker, often on its own. Okay. Ikunin, I'm going to see you. Okay. Neya, this is a compound form consistent of the shifted normalizer ne from followed by the explicit copula ya. It is essentially the uncontracted or intermediate version of nin. Relationship and evolution. Linguistically, nin is often considered a further contraction of neya or noya. Because nin already contains the explanatory force, historically including to be verb within it, adding ya after it, as in ninya, creates a double emphasis. However, neya keeps the copula ya distinct. Nin, the most common standard consonant explanatory ending, sounds natural and complete. Neya sounds less common than nin in rapid speech, but it's still widely used. It can sound slightly more emphatic about the factuality because the copula ya is explicitly pronounced. It is also an intermediate step in the phonetic shift. So while they mean the same thing, nin is a fused standalone particle, whereas neya explicitly separates the explanatory marker and the copula. Uh, Konnichiwa, Mei Himeneda, Genki desu ka? See, it's Kansai Ben Shiteru to do in preparation. Okay. Kansai Ben also uses yanin, which doesn't match perfectly onto standard Japanese usage. Yeah, I was trying to understand the no versus ne versus the ne versus the nin usage. So, ちなみに、これも電気を通さへんねやで。 So, chinami, okay, chinami ni, okay. Chinami ni, kore mo denwa o tosahin ne yade. So, incidentally, this also doesn't let electricity pass through.
ケロちゃんチェック。腰の大きなリボン。ちなみにこれも電気を通さへんねやで。この耳もなかなかよろしいけどやろ。ほな今日は絶縁ゴムでできとるんやで。友よもさくらがとるんやで。友よもさくらが戦う精霊に合わせた素材をチョイスしとるんやろか。いけいけケロちゃんチェック。腰の大きなリボン。ちなみにこれも電気を通さへんねやで。この耳もなか
Kono mimi mo nakanaka yoroshi kedo yoroshi. So these ears also are considerably yoroshi. Good, okay, fine, alright. Okay, so these ears are also considerably good. I think that was in reference to the resistance to lightning. Okay, translator is saying these ears are pretty nice too, but okay, so they're talking about the looks, I guess, not necessarily resistance to lightning. So, konomimi mo nakanaka yoroshi kedo. So, these ears are considerably good. Konomimi mo nakanaka yoroshi kedo.
腰の大きなリボン。ちなみにこれも電気を通さへんねやで。この耳もなかなかよろしいけど、ワイの耳の方がとってもかっこええやろ。
So, why no mimi no ho ga totem to totemo kakoe yaro. So, but in the direction of my ears, in other words, but my ears are let's see, very cool, or not, or more literally, very form good. I don't know, they're very cool. That's yellow. I guess it's sort of like just giving your opinions, but my ears are also cool. So let's see. See, the translator says these ears are pretty nice, but my ears are way cooler, right? Okay. Okay, so it was supposed to be interpreted as cooler, not cool. I think it's because he has no hole in here. So more literally, this is my ears in the direction of, and then he's saying very cool. So usually in the direction of is used with a lot of comparison, so I'm guessing that's where the comparison comes from. Explain the grammar of let's see, yeah. Wai no mimi no ho ga. My ears are the comparatively. Direction way, side, of an argument one's part, okay. Way method, okay. Okay, so in total it's kono mimi mo nakanaka yoroshii kedo wai no mimi no hou ga totemo kakoe yaro. Yeah, so way cooler, right? Okay.
にこれも電気を通さへんねやで。この耳もなかなかよろしいけど、ワイの耳の方がとってもかっこええやろ。ほな今日はここまでや。で、この耳もなかなかよろしいけど、ワイの耳の方がとってもかっこええやろ。ほな今日はこ
ほな今日はここまで。Yeah. Let's see. Well, as for today, let's see. Up to here. To be up to here. Is that we're at that time today? Maybe that's what they're trying to say. Up to. Let's see. Well, that's all for today. Let's see. Explain the grammar of this. I know Hona is like well, but yeah, Hona or in more standard Japanese, sore de wa. Koko made, up to here, until this point. Yeah. It is, or that's it, okay. Sore, okay. Well then, that's all for today. How does Koko made mean that's all? To apply to an extent up to as so far as even until a time until here. Koko means here. In this context, it refers not to physical location, but a point in time, a stage in a lesson, or the extent of an action. Made, particle indicating limit or boundary, means until or up to, or as far as. It marks the end point of a range. The logic of that's okay. When you say koko made, you are implicitly defining the boundary for the current activity. Literal meaning, we go up to this point and no further. Implied meaning, this is the limit. We stop here or nothing beyond this point. English equivalent. Okay, in English, when we declare a limit of a session or task, we automatically say that's all or that's it. So to be up to here, or in other words, that's all for the time, okay? ほな、今日はここまでや。 see. Mei Himenedo wa my ears are way cooler. A set phrase toimashita. Oh, sure. Well, sometimes with concept in, you just gotta throw your hands up in the air and go, okay. Well, so far I've been like trying to see the rules of concept in because I mean, like any language, they follow a rule pattern. You just have to figure out what the rule pattern is. Because a written language is nothing more than a written way that describes the pattern that people use in real life when they're speaking it. Since spoken language came before written language is just trying to copy it and just figure out what are the rules to the spoken language. Let's see. Also, konbawa. Let's see. I have a great video on concept in, but I bet you might have seen it already. Actually, I may have seen some on concept, and I really haven't been looking up it too much. I've been literally just looking up everything Kiro-chan says, and then try to figure out each thing one by one as he uses it, since he uses concept in so heavily in this show. I know when he first started speaking, there was like some archaic Japanese as well, considering he's probably thousands of years old, but he mostly sticks to concept in. Makes it sound like I made the video. A guy I know had a video on it. Okay. Let's see. ほな、今日はここまでや。
いいけどワイの耳の方がとってもかっこええやろ。ほな今日はここまでや。とどまるところを知らないバトルコスチュームかっこええやろ。ほな今日はここまでや。とどまると
とどまる、ところを、知らない、バトルコスチューム。とどまるところ。Yeah, I suppose that's one way of doing it. I think the long and short vowels in kansai bin uh, tend to trip everyone up. Well, what I've seen so far is it's more of like a word replacement, like da to ya, e to with some replacements like shite to se, or sakara to kara to sakara. Hence why you have yasakara is replacement of dakara. Yes, and also sometimes long vowels become shorter. Do you mean in their actual pronunciation? Or because generally it changes the word itself when you change the pronunciation because of the morta-based way Japanese is spoken in. You usually have to change the spelling to change the pronunciation. Yes, in pronunciation, also in written kansai-ben. The todomaru. to remain, to abide, to stay in one place, to be limited to be confined to only, account for. So, wasn't this the kanji for stop? Yeah, stop, halt, yeah, so. Todomaru, to remain, to abide, okay. So to abide by place, tokoro. So I don't know abide by place. Battle costume. What? Battle costumes that know no bounds. Tokoro is another one of those grammar points with million uses. Yeah, especially since Tokoro can be used for both for times and place. So ikoka becomes ikoka. Also, the okay, so, see Tokoro. So battle costumes that know no bounds. So to abide, to stay. So the abiding place. So does not know the abiding place. And then this is a clause that describes the noun batoru costume. So a battle costume that does not know the abiding place. In other words, that knows no bounds, to not be limited. So does not know a limiting place. In other words, is not limited. Okay, I see. So, とどまるところを知らないバトルコスチューム。とどまるところを知らないバトルコスチューム。
がとってもかっこええやろ。ほな今日はここまでや。とどまるところを知らないバトルコスチューム、一体どこまでエスカレートしていくんやろ。とどまるところを知らないバトルコスチューム、一体どこまで。
一体どこまでlet's see, S 彼としていくんやろ。S 彼と So until where? Itai completely so what in the world? Okay, so in other words, you could think of it like the whole story, the whole body, or completely, or like what is all this kind of thing. So esu kare to or esu kare. Oh, escalation. Okay. Esu kare to. Escalation. Meishi, noun, pseudo verb. So, esku kaleto shiteiku. So escalating. So and then iku has that little going sense to it. So going to escalate. So So he does not know where in the world this is going to escalate to. Something like that. He doesn't know where this is going to escalate. Okay. Just how far will this go? Which basically means the same thing. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he said it in a question way, so you have to use a question. So, where in this world will this escalate up to? So, 一体どこまでエスカレートしていくんやろ? Or in other words, I wonder where in the world this will escalate up to, or as the translator says, just how far will this go? 一体どこまでエスカレートしていくんやろ?
とどまるところを知らないバトルコスチューム、一体どこまでエスカレートしていくんやろ。今後が楽しみなようなしていく。
Oh, I want to mention, from how I understand it, Gtk is generally gets used to say like some process is ongoing. Because if you remember, the continuous form often gets used to have an attribute that is fixed and is happening right now. It's not necessarily for saying that something's continuously going on. It's just saying an attribute. It has that attribute because it's continuous and it's going on. So when you actually want to have the nuance of something going on, and essentially you use iku with shite. From how I understand it. See, verb phrase meaning to escalate or to go further. The tag form plus iku indicates actions progressing away from the speaker and developing over time. Yes, like, so for that, if you remember in our previous example, we used the continuous form to say that the painting has changed, but because the painting wasn't actively changing, it had already changed. It was just continuous form. But in this, if it's like a developing story, if the painting was like continuously changing, we would have used shite iku. But since this is a situation that's like continuing on, he's using an escalate, and he's using shite iku. Yeah, right. But the continuous form in Japanese isn't always one-to-one with English. Yes, I've noticed that sometimes the shite iru maps to the English continuous form, and sometimes shite iku maps to the English continuous form. And you have to figure it out from the other words around it. Okay, so yes, and sometimes it won't make sense either way. It's just how the Japanese say things.
ほな今日はここまでや。とどまるところを知らないバトルコスチューム、一体どこまでエスカレートしていくんやろ。今後が楽しみなような怖いようなしていくんやろ。今後が楽しみなような怖いような今後が楽しみ
Kongo, did he say?
ほな今日はここまでや。とどまるところを知らないバトルコスチューム、一体どこまでエスカレートしていくんやろ。今後が楽しみなよ。
今後が楽しみなよ Tamashi ni ya no kawaii yo. Okay, so Tanoshimi no yo, so like fun. Let's see. Let's see. Kawaii yo. So hmm. Kongo. From now on, hereafter. Now, so basically now and after. So from now, after. Okay, I guess I get that. So Kongo. Kongo ga tanoshimi na yo na kawaii yo na. So from hereafter, it'll be fun and scary, or let's see. I'm both excited and a little scared to see what happens next. So as for what happens next, let's see. Let's see. As for what happens next, it is fun-like and scary-like. So let's see. Let's see. Does fun-like, okay, and does scary-like. Oh, that's right. That's right. If you were to say Kongo ga skida, it's more literally. It's like what is it's next or hereafter. Does desirable. Which is another way of saying you like what comes next. I guess it's sort of the same way here. You're saying here it does fun like and it does scary like. But in the case of ski, you use da, but why are we using yo here? See, explain the grammar of this. Why is yo being used? See, yo is the attributive ren tai k form of appearance manner. When followed by the na, it becomes yona, which functions like an adjective to modify the following noun, which often implied or omitted. In this specific structure, yona modifies the implied noun koto, thing or situation. See, or kimochi, feeling, okay. The full sentence structure is effectively I have a feeling, or okay. That it is like looking forward to the future or feeling that, okay, meaning nuance, uncertainty, hesitation. Using yona instead of stating the feeling directly, like I'm looking forward to, it softens the statement. It implies the speaker is not entirely sure or is describing a vague, hard to pinpoint sensation. Comparison, it literally means like or as if. The speaker is comparing their current internal state to the idea of being excited or scared rather than stating it is a definitive fact. Ambivalence. The repetition of yona emphasizes the mixed or ambiguous emotions. The speaker feels a blend of anticipation and fear, and the yona structure allows them to express this complexity without committing to one clear definition. So yona is used before nouns and the implied nouns to modify them. Yoni is used before verbs to modify the action. Happy like. Okay. Since the speaker is describing a state or feeling which is treated as a noun like concept here, yona is the correct form. Okay, so this is actually short for Kongo ga tanoshimi na okay. Tanoshimi na, let's see, tanoshimi. Yeah, tanoshimi na yona koto, kawaii yona koto, or something like that. Or maybe you just use one koto on the end. I'm not sure. Let's see. How would you write this if the koto was in the sentence? If you explicitly include koto in the sentence, the structure becomes Kongo ga tanoshimi na yo na kawaii yo na koto. Without koto, focuses directly on the speaker's internal state or feelings. With koto, objectifies the feeling into the situation or concept. Wouldn't the first yona be a yode instead? Since we are chaining na adjectives. Let's see. You are absolutely correct. Your intuition of chaining adjectives or noun-like phrases spot on. If you treat tanoshimi na yona and kawaii yona as two parallel modifiers describing the same implied noun, like koto, the standard grammatical form to connect them is yode or yoda. The natural grammatical standard for phrasing for I fear both or looking forward to it. I fear both, like looking forward to it and being scared of it. Okay. Is tanoshimi yo de kawaii yo na. Okay. Here the yode is preferred over the repetitive yona. Using yona twice in a row without a noun in between is technically a listing structure that feels incomplete or poetic, often implying things like X, things like Y, rather than a single mixed feeling. The mixed and feeling idiom. Okay. The specific idiom for mixed feelings usually follows the pattern of A na yo de, B na yoda. Okay. Happy yet sad. Why did the original phrase use yona yona? The phrase you originally asked about, okay, is a common colloquial ellipsis omission. Tanoshimi na yo de kawaii yo na. Okay. Okay. Tanoshimi yo de kawaii yo na is the full grammatical form. Colloquial poetic form. Tanoshimi na yo na kawaii yo na. In casual speech, speakers sometimes repeat attributive forms yona to create a rhythmic, lingering effect, emphasizing indecisiveness or each feeling separately before landing on the conclusion. It sounds like it's like an excitement, it's like fear trailing off. Okay, so to either be like poetic or to try to make the feelings kind of feel kind of separate from each other, I guess you could call it, is why he's using Yona twice. So, 今後が楽しみなような怖いような enjoyment, delight, excite. Let's see. Let's see. Mayheminator wa. Let's see. Tanoshimi ni also means to look forward to something. Let's see. I think ChatGPT is kind of overthinking it. It's kansai bin, I'm pretty sure, just a short vowel made long. It's not modifying a noun, so it's not like yonakota. It's na instead of ne. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying he's basically that's this na is the sentence ending particle, and he's saying like as for what what's coming in next from here uh it's it's excitement like, it's scary like. Okay, so basically using it as two final ending particles. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Though I'm actually not using Chat GPT. I'm just using the AI on the Brave search engine. You may call me May May. You'd prefer that over your full name of May Himinator? So, Kongo, okay, Kongo ga, let's, oh yeah, I'm gonna look at this. Tanoshimi, enjoyment, pleasure. Looking forward to, anticipation. That's right, Tanoshi would be the Kyoshi, or the I adjective of just enjoyment. Basically, Tanoshimi being its noun form. Tanoshi enjoyable, fun, pleasant, delightful versus noun form, enjoyment, pleasure, amusement, delight. 今後が楽しみなような怖いような
していくんやろ。今後が楽しみなような怖いようなほなな。今後が楽しみなような怖いようなほなな。
Well then, okay, and then the ending particle na, okay. Well then, bye. Hona na.
リカちゃんとともよちゃんの3人でリカちゃんとともよちゃんの3人
Okay. Rika-chan to Tomoyo-chan no Sanin de. So the three of us, or Rika-chan and Tomoyo-chan and myself, when you say just the names and then no Sanin for three, it implies you're including yourself in that group. And she's saying de, so the method of the three of us, sort of like how hitori de is how you say you're doing something by yourself. How are you doing it? You're doing it in a by yourself way. So, Rika-chan to Tomoyo-chan no 3人で
リカちゃんとともよちゃんの3人でアクセサリーを買いに行ったの。がたくさんあってどらリカちゃんとともよちゃんの3人で
See, アクセサリーを買いに行ったの。So the three of us had gone out to buy accessories or basically accessories is generally what they refer to as like decorations like necklaces. I think hairpins would also be considered that. Uh, like maybe a little jewel button for the shirt, I guess, would probably be considered an accessory. And this is the purpose ni, so the kai for the purpose of buying. So, accessory o kai ni ita. No. Let's see, Rika, Tomoyo, and I went out to buy some jewelry together.
リカちゃんとともよちゃんの3人でアクセサリーを買いに行ったの。かわいい小物がたくさんあってどれにしようか迷っちゃうよ。小物がたくさん
かわいい。
とともよちゃんの3人でアクセサリーを買いに行ったの。かわいい小物が
Oh, the subtitle is way off now. Let's see if this fixes it.
3人でアクセサリーを買いに行ったの。かわいい小物がたくさんあってどれにし
かわいい。
でアクセサリーを買いに行ったの。かわいい小物がたくさん
Hmm. See, kawaii. Oh, Komono. So small and then things. Komono. Accessories, small articles. So komono ga so a cute went out to buy a cute small okay. Yeah, so Mei Mei is easier to say. My friends also tell me it's very handsome in Chinese. Everyone calls me Mei Mei. So you should check out the YouTube channel, Genko, crazy game changer for Japanese immersion for me. Let me make a note of that. See, kawaii kimonos. So, went out to buy accessories. Okay. Okay, mini. And then ate, I guess, to have. Dore. Okay, maybe this is supposed to be another. Oh, I think this is supposed to be a separate sentence. Okay. So, so there exists, I guess, many cute accessories. With which to do should I do? I guess that means like which to buy, which one to buy. Let's see. Mayok Chao, which is from Mayotte Shimao. Or in other words, I ended up being lost. So in other words, as the translate, there there are many cute accessories. Which one to buy? I'm lost. Or as a translator puts it, there were so many cute little accessories and I couldn't decide which one to get. So kawaii uh, komono, kawaii kimono taksan atte, dore ni shiyou ka, ma, mayok chao yo, mayok chao yo. So kawaii kimono ga taksan atte, dore ni shiyou ka, mayok chao.
リーを買いに行ったの。可愛い小物がたくさんあってどれにしようか迷っちゃうよ。でもブローチをつけた瞬間リカちゃんが
でも、ブローチ、ブローチを、つけて、つける、すく、 sukeru, assuming it's from suku, would be able to attach, or past tense, was able to attach. So, was able to attach brooch.
でもブローチをつけた瞬間リカちゃんが
Oh, okay. No, this is not potential form. This is the transitive form of suku. Yeah, suku, I guess, is intransitive. And tsukeru is transitive. Tsuketa, okay. And then shunkan, moment, instant, second. From wink, blink, twinkle, and interval, okay. So the attached broke, the attached broach instant demo brochi o tsuketa shunkan Rika-chan ga, but the moment I put on the brooch. Oh, that's right. When you're talking about wearing jewelries, I've heard of using sudo for saying you're wearing a jewelries, and I've heard of using kakeru, but using tsuku for wearing a jewelry. Tsukeru also shows up in a whole bunch of compound words. It's crazy. See. See, explain the grammar of relies on the particle combination demo attached to noun to express indefiniteness or example selection. In this specific structure, it does not mean but the conjunctive usage, but rather it implies even or something like, or even if it was just. So I guess this is with to go with the moment, but in a moment, or in other words, just a moment. So the grammar pattern follows the structure noun plus demo when used in this context. It suggests that the noun, the brooch, is being presented as a specific, perhaps surprising or minimal example of a broader category of action. Okay, it softens this specifically implying something like a brooch or even a mere brooch. So indefinite example, it suggests the brooch is one example of an accessory or trigger. Okay, so they're saying maybe putting something else on besides a brooch also had the same effect. But brooch was an example. Let's see. The speaker might be recalling an event with slight uncertainty or translating to the moment she put the brooch on or something. Emphasis on minimality, even. Okay, it highlights that the trigger was as small or insignificant as a brooch. Okay, maybe this might be the meaning they're actually using. Translates to even though she put on a brooch, or the moment she put on just a brooch, implying that such a small action caused a significant reaction for Rika-chan. Okay, I think that's the definition they're using. The phrase Borochi o tsukete Shunkan means the moment she put on the brooch. Okay. When combined with demo, the tone shifts to suggest that even event was a trigger, but perhaps the unexpected detail. Okay. Why is Tsukeru used here? The verb tsukeru is used here instead of more generic where verbs like suda or kiru because of its specific nuance of attachment, core meaning to attach. While tsukeru translates to wear, it is a fundamental meaning to attach to a fix or to stick something onto something else. Physical action. A brochi is not merely draped over the body like a shirt, kiru, or slipped on like a ring, hameru. It is physically pinned or fastened onto the fabric or garment. Nuance. Using tsukeru highlights the mechanical action of securing the accessory to an external surface, the coat, dress, or shirt. It implies adding a distinct object to an existing outfit. Why is kakeru not used? The verb kakeru is not used for brooches because its core meaning implies suspending or hanging an object over a support point rather than attaching it directly to the surface. Okay, hence why I guess for glasses you use kakeru because you're hanging your glasses and not affixing them like tsukeru implies. So, demo, brochi o tsuketa shunkan, okay, Rika-chan ga, so, but the moment the brooch was worn, Rika-chan, let's see, Mei wa, not it's, but the moment brooch was attached. Oh, let's see, or rather it's transitive, so the moment she put on the brooch. Oh, let's see, alright, my friend is calling me, okay, toimashita, okay.
ブローチをつけた瞬間、リカちゃんとともよちゃんの3人でアクセサリーを買いに行ったの。可愛い小物がたくさんあってどれにしようか迷っちゃうよ。でもブローチをつけた瞬間、リカちゃんが「おえどうしよう」。
So like, Hoe Doshio, what? Not so much what, but basically a cry out, and then like, what should I do? Hoe. I guess in this case it's sort of like confusion, is like, what? Kind of thing, like, Hoe Doshio. Hoe Doshio.
ブローチをつけた瞬間、リカちゃんが「おえどうしよう」。カードキャプターさくら、さくらと不思議なブローチ。
Sakura to Fushigi na Burochi. Fushigi. Isn't that like mysterious? Fushigi. Fushigi. Yes. By the way, this kanji has nothing to do with the meaning, it's just for its sounds. Fushigi. wonderful, marvelous, strange. So in other words, it's basically meaning kind of both marvelous and in a strange way, or wonderful in a strange way. So fushigi. So Sakura and the mysterious brooch. Sakura to fushigi na brochi.
どうしよう。カードキャプターさくら、さくらと不思議なブローチ。次回もさくらと一緒にレディース。
次回もSakuraと一緒にレディース。So next time next time next release with Sakura. I'm not entirely sure. I need to how that's supposed to translate. What is this supposed to mean in the context of the ending of a TV show? See, translated says join Sakura for another probably episode, yeah. Join Sakura for another episode. Next time join Sakura for another episode. But why is Ishoni here? Means, okay, together with Sakura is likely the name of the host, okay, main character. Rerisu, a loan word from English, mean release. In specific context, it is a shorthand for, probably for the episode, the release of the episode, but yeah. Let's see. Rerisu is a reference to the next episode of a TV show. Let's see. At the end of every episode, Card Captor Sakura, the main character Sakura, would strike a pose with her wand and shout out, "Join us for the next time release." Jikaimo, what? Okay. The word release referred to her activating her magical wand or releasing a card to solve the next episode's problem. The phrase you found, Jikaimo Sakura to Isho ni reisu. Translate, next time let's release together with Sakura. The main which Okay. So it was that interpretation. Okay. Okay, so in other words, it's next uh next time with Sakura. In other words, join us next time with Sakura, and then just shouting release by itself in reference to how she releases magic cards in the series. Okay. I think that's what it's implying. I have to ask someone who's actually native Japanese for sure. That's the kind of thing translators and AIs get a lot of trouble with and trying to figure out.
リカちゃんがさくらと不思議なブローチ。次回もさくらと
次回も桜と一緒にレディース。
レディース。
Yeah.
次回もさくらと一緒にレディース。次回もさくらと一緒に
質問がありますか? Are there any questions? Okay, if there's no questions, then we're gonna raid. So please stick around for that. If you can think of a questions, feel free to ask them. Okay, we're gonna raid Lo-Fi Girl. Just playing relax and study music. see, as for the second raid, okay, the second person we're gonna raid is Nyakchi, Nyakchi, who is drawing art, anime art right now. Third person we're gonna raid is okay. We're gonna raid Icarus. Oh, we're gonna raid Rotella Streams, who's playing Icarus Day 9. So minasan, okiyotsukete, mata ashita. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.